All right. Good evening, students. Welcome to office hours. Sorry, it is a lot later than I expected. Google was not being helpful this evening, so I apologize for that. And tonight, I know you guys have a project due on Friday. Hope you guys are excited to get that done and over with. It'll be fun for me to grade. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about labs, exercises, or just the project in general, please feel free to contact me. I am just now submitting the link on the Piazza page, so make sure you're double checking on that. And actually, what I think I'm going to do is repost the note because for some reason it is not going through my email, so that means it's not going to your guys's. So hold on one sec, actually. Oh, because I'm in 116, that's why. Hi. Of course. That's why I didn't see it. Yeah, I was still in 116 thing. I wonder why. Okay. Sorry about that, students. All right. So yeah, the link should be now live. If you would like to join in, if you have any questions at all about Project 2, I know that is due Friday, like I said before. Please feel free to ask me. Do not be afraid at all. I know the animation can be a little rough, especially because we started. Ah, excellent. Okay, so Spurgeon, let me get to your comments. Actually, look at that right now. Okay. Yeah, so I just responded to a student comment. He was, oops, hold on. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, so I just responded to a student comment. He was asking about print fraction sum, whether we have to submit the method just itself, or if we are submitting a class. Please submit a class. First of all, there was a description for the assignment that said you will need to have a main method that will print out fraction sum or print out the results using the method based on different integer values n. So once that n is passed in as a parameter, that should be called from a class, and we should be able to see examples of that in your code if you post it as a class. Yeah, so please, please, please submit that file as a class, and or sorry, not a class. Submit the Java file for that class. So whatever you call it, it could be fraction sum, print fraction sum. If you just want to call the class the same name as the method, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that is a Java file that you submit up for your exercise that has the method print fraction sum, and it computes what it needs to compute for that sequence. So, good question. feel free to ask any questions at all. Also, feel free to email me because, again, the chat thing really doesn't work well in Hangouts, or for some reason I can't seem to get it to work. It's kind of weird like that. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I don't know if she got it. All right, we have roughly about a half hour left. I'm actually going to extend this a little bit more because I did start up a little later today. So please feel free to stay online, keep asking those questions, help out your fellow classmates, do all that good stuff. Cool. I'm going to need to add unless those are extra credit. Are you in the chat right now? Maybe somebody just joined. Yes. Okay. So awesome. Yeah. Cool. Looks like we have people talking now, which is great. I'm loving this. So that's fantastic. Cool. Keep asking your questions if you have any. I will be checking back. This is great. cool. We just got a question. Excellent. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we just got a really good question. I hope that answers it. So, yeah, the question was, I'm going to repeat this for the people who are here. Somebody's having issues with their drawing panel class, and that it was calling a symbol error. So usually when Java has an error that says cannot find symbol, that's usually referencing your variables or a class it can't find. So in this case, when you are looking at that, and you can look at the comment I just sent you too, if you're looking at the drawing panel and the panel class, what you would need to do is either import that into your program so that, what is it? So that it knows where to reference the methods to. So if you just had a drawing panel class and you try to construct a drawing panel object of, let's just say a panel in this case because somebody did it, yeah, you would need to have that class so it can reference what methods and what constructors to call. Otherwise, it can't call that, and it doesn't know exactly what the panel is. I hope that helps. Yeah, also to answer the other question, so throwing that in there now. To answer that other question that was just thrown in, yes, somebody was asking about if the frame stutter was occurring when they were playing their animation through PuTTY. That happened occasionally. There are a lot of people that access State's remote VCL, which is our virtual computing lab here at the university. So you may have issues running programs, I'd say probably correctly, especially your animation programs, because you are running off of the State servers. And while they are pretty good, running remotely like an animation program is all dependent on how fast they're processing. And since it's usually slowed down a lot, you're going to see a couple skip frames. My best advice to you is if you don't have a way how to run your programs at home, make sure that you have access to a Linux-based desktop or some kind of Linux-based workstation outside of PuTTY just to make sure that everything is running correctly. So, because that may either be a personal issue in your code that you're skipping frames, or that may just be PuTTY itself. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be PuTTY skipping frames, but just to make sure find a local desktop, or if you can get to state's campuses. I know a lot of you are out of state, and some of you can't make it because we're all fully employed. Try to see if you can run it on just a general Linux-based desktop and see if it doesn't skip the frames there. Again, it may just be a PuTTY issue. So hopefully that clears any issues that might be skipping. Cool, looks like we have another question. Yeah, I hope that helps, Connor. Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there as far as, oops. Yeah, I would almost agree with you that PuTTY is probably the ones that PuTTY is the reason why it's stuttering. Usually if you're running it locally, it's not an issue because it's just your CPU running it, and that's what it's focused on. But when you have everybody else coming in, doing the virtual computing on that one server, it gets crowded. Animations aren't the best thing for PuTTY, especially. So it's mostly remote desktop work. So yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, like you said, test it on a local computer, you'll be good. Okay, so we had a question about it was also importing I think it was a drawing panel class. Let me double check on something really quickly, actually. Let me check the project description on that really quickly. I don't know if there's some kind of specific class you're supposed to be importing at all. Yeah, let me check the project file on that, actually. That may be the issue, if you are having a symbol issue as far as what the panel is supposed to be. Let me see. Project 2. Cool. Yeah, let me look at that description really quickly. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to respond to this while I'm talking. So yes, there is a drawing panel class you need to grab from Bridges and Step. So if you actually navigate your way to the project description, I will send you a chat message to clarify this as well. In the Project 2 description, for those of you listening at home, there is a, what is it? There's a link encoded in blue for the drawing panel. So it says write a program named Drawing that uses the drawing panel class provided by the textbook. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to click on drawing panel and it'll bring you to a bunch of code. What you're going to want to do is either download that as a Java file or when you get to that, it should open a new tab. Copy paste into a new, what's it going to be? Yeah, just copy paste into a new Java file and name the Java file drawing panel class, or drawing panel, my apologies. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, basically what you're going to want to do is just copy paste that code into a new class and call that class drawing panel. Save the file as drawing panel.java. And Java extension should be added on there automatically. That way you're going to want to import that. So when you go in, including util.odd in the swing, you're going to want to import the drawing panel class so it knows what it's implementing. That way it can converse with the class and you won't get that simple error. So I'm going to send that message in the chat now just to make sure whoever sent it is getting that. So 1 second. All right, cool. Yeah, okay, so I hope that helps. I just sent the response message to that. So yeah, just double check to make sure that you go to the project page, download or copy paste the code into a blank Java file document, name it drawingpanel.java, and then import that Java class into your code. That should clear up the symbol issue. So let me know if there's any other problems that occurs after that. That may just be kind of a class thing. Cool. I'm going to keep this open a couple of minutes later than the 7 o'clock clothesline I originally planned because I got in here a little late. Sorry about that, guys. Hectic and all. Yeah, so feel free to keep asking questions if you have any. remember that all the chat stuff I will not be able to see in the chat, so that will go right to my email, and I will end up looking at that that way. So yeah. Cool. I don't know if anybody's still here. How you guys feeling tonight? How you guys feeling about the course in general? Any expectations you kind of came in with? Things you're unsure of? Liking the class so far? Liking the instruction? I know you guys are all distance students. It's all cool. Throw your general comments at. I want to hear some things. I want to see some things. I can't hear you. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll keep this going for another, say, 6 minutes. So 6 minutes sounds good to me. Cool. Like I said, I'll keep this on for another 5 minutes because I started a little bit later, so please feel free to ask any questions that you may have still. That is all. If you see another video call starting, please ignore that one. I actually accidentally started that by mistake. So yeah, please ignore that. That is completely unrelated and should not be happening. Yeah, so this is the only video chat we have going on right now. So 3 minutes until this ends. So any questions, again, please feel free to ask. General comments, concerns, anticipations about the class, project, anybody getting nervous? Hopefully not. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying it. I love coding, so it's all good. Yes, we will be ending in 3 minutes. So get your final comments, concerns in. We'll be good to go. I'm back. We're in a jazz. So after this gets done. Please ignore the loud interruption you just heard. I got one person. broadcasting on YouTube. That's where it automatically defaults to. I can't broadcast on Twitch.
Yeah, make it public.
It is public. Yeah. Please do not spam the chat comments for the next like 2 minutes. I will shut this down before you do that. It appears we might have an intruder in the chat. Ugh.
I am your one viewer.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Please ignore the background conversations. It is completely unrelated to the topic at hand. I will be shutting this down in 1 minute, so any final questions you have, go ahead and post them right now, and I will handle them. Thank you.
I think that they know that this is
Obviously. I don't even know what meant. All right, office hours is now officially closed. Thank you guys for joining. It's good to see that I actually got 2 people here today, so that's great. Yeah, it's great to see that more people are coming, especially towards the end of projects. I love the fact that you guys are actually actively seeking out help. The best way you're going to learn the program is by learning from others or working with others. Especially, we'll learn about peer programming if we haven't already touched on that in class over the next couple of days. So it's great that you guys are coming to office hours. I thank you guys for attending, and I will see you next Monday. Have a good night, guys.